Welcome back to another week of the MOK project.
Well, good morning and welcome to another week of the MOK project. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. This channel looks at the behind the scenes of my life as a secondary school teacher here in Australia. In this week's episode, I'm attempting to do something that no teacher has ever done before, and that is squeeze 2 weeks of teaching into one. So for those of you who have been watching the channel over the last 7 or 8 weeks, you may have heard me mention about a little trip that I'm going on. This is a study tour to the USA with 20 students who are interested in visual and performing arts. Now that trip to the USA leaves on Tuesday. That is the final Tuesday of term 1, and the final Monday of term 1 is our athletics carnival. So I won't be in class for the entire last week of term. So that means a few things. The first is that for every class that I'm not in, I'm going to need to write the work that those students do. These are called extras in teaching, and luckily for me, I've set my performance students up that they know what to do in that final week, which is final rehearsals for some performances coming up early next term. We also have our annual House Arts Festival called the House of Stedford. That's happening Tuesday night, and one of my roles there is to make sure the judges are here, that our Friends of Performing Arts fundraising group know what they're doing on the night, and just general assistance to the other members of staff that are looking after that activity. Now, one of the big things that is going to take up my time this week is that I'm missing 2 days of parent-teacher interviews. So I'm going to get on the email all the parents from my classes and offer them another time if they do need to see me, or we can do it over the phone or via email. But that is a bit of an unknown, how many parents will contact me to want to catch up. And on top of that, I need to get ready for all the events happening early next term, because in fact I'll be away for the entire school holidays. So we've got some major productions coming up in the first 2 weeks of next term, and of course the Adams Family will kick into full gear the minute we get back. So that's everything I've got to do for next week, this week. Now for what I'm doing this week. I have a review on my position of leadership. I've been in that role for just over 2 years, and the tenure for that role comes up at the end of this year. So I'm going to receive some feedback from my colleagues. They fill in a survey. I've done a self-reflection, and then I sit down with a couple of the deputy principals and talk about how I'm going in that position. I'm also off on another excursion this week. Trust me, I don't go on one every week, but our Year 12 drama class are off to see a play that they need to review for their assessment this year. And all of that needs to go along with my normal teaching, staff meetings, yard duties, you name it, I'll be doing it. Let's have a look at this week's MOK project. So currently some of my Year 12 Theatre Studies students are working with a product called Stagebox from a company called Black Box Education, and this product allows you to essentially build your set prior to it going on stage, or your construction of your set for a production. So it comes with all the bits and pieces, little flats and blocks and people, and you can play around with them and have a look and then take a photo. You could paint the sets as well if you wanted to. So there's a few options there, but it's a really good way of getting a hands-on approach to your set construction. Now this week I sat in a review on my position of leadership. So I'm in a 3rd year of a 3-year tenure, and so at the beginning of this term, a bunch of my colleagues were asked to fill in a survey. I filled in the same survey, a written reflection, and then with 2 of our deputy principals I sat down and talked about the position of leadership, so less about my teaching and more about the way I lead. Really great process, and people are great because they're honest, and I love honest feedback, and certainly some areas that I can improve on as a leader. So that was it was actually really enjoyable. I think people get a little bit nervous about those sort of things, but those that know me really well know I'm a bit of a straight shooter, so I don't mind getting that back, and I certainly did in the review. It was all very positive, but certainly a couple of areas that I can improve on as a leader. Well, good morning. It is 10 minutes to 6 as I sit outside my local gym and waiting for my boxing class to start, which I do a couple of mornings a week. Today at work, I'm going to have a meeting with my fellow director for the Adams family to lock some stuff away that we can give to the choreographers before the school holidays, because when we get back we're in full swing for rehearsals. Well, there we go, an hour of boxing, feeling it now. Always still sweating. And the problem with the showers at my gym is you can't change the temperature, so they're always warm. Well, here I am standing outside Theatre Works in St Kilda, where I'm about to see a show called Robot Song for VC Drama. We're making a day of it today, using the afternoon for a Q&A and opportunity to review the show, so we can use it straight away for a assessment task next week. In the middle of St Kilda here, we've just seen the show. It was amazing. Time to grab some lunch and then review.
Of her inner world. So that may not have been what was going on for everyone else externally, but that was what was going on in her brain. Letters flying at her, music getting louder. That's what was going on for her. So symbolically, that was a really
same with the letter when it flew through the sky. That was.
You might remember in our first episode I talked about our new staff room. Well, today is the day, the official opening of our brand new staff room, and we've got a nice little ceremony happening to open that right now. So there it is, another week done and dusted on the MOK project. As I said, a massive week that I've tried to squeeze everything from next week into this week. It's been non-stop. In fact, so much so that my lovely wife and daughter have picked me up from work today so that we can get off to the Doncaster Apple store, because I need to get my watch fixed before I head off to America on Tuesday. I hope you've liked everything in the video today. Now, I know I'm going to be away for a couple of weeks, but do not worry. There's a couple of extra special episodes of the MOK project dropping over the next 2 Sundays. And also keep an eye out on the MOK project Instagram page over the next 2 weeks, where I'll be coming live from the USA. Until next Sunday, thanks for watching the MOK project. The MOK project.
Time. If I control
The MOK project.
I would want
Fortnite and Marcus Brown.